place where you can go, where there's no one to tell you yes or no. If you just look into your heart, you will find that's the place to start. If you take a step and take another again, you'll find a better place to land. I know that it can be there someday. You've been waiting for. I know this life can be that one life you've been dreaming of. Today could be the someday. Today could be the one day. Today could be the someday you've been dreaming of. Today could be the someday. Today could be the one day. Today could be the someday you've been dreaming of. Oh, 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 oh. Today could be the day. Oh, 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 oh. Today could be the day.
I'm Jim Brogan. I was born here. I've been here all my life. I have 2 degrees from the University of Tennessee. So we do wealth management and retirement planning. Anything in your life that could impact your finances. So we serve people, and that's part of our mission statement. We serve people.
It's time for Wake Up with Witcher. Here's meteorologist Mike Witcher from the East Tennessee Weather Center.
And good morning. You know what today is, right? Today's hump day. We've got Mr. Ed Rupp the Campbell over there. And of course, we're going to be chatting with Ed Rupp and get, Debbie to take her shower today so you can get off to work today. That's coming up here in just a moment. Good morning, everyone. Sure hope you're having a great Wednesday so far. Yesterday ended up to be a rather nice day, a little breezy at the end of the day, but the clearing skies during the overnight hours and the abundant low-level moisture has led us to some patchy, dense fog this morning. That's a live look there at KMNV, Monroe County Airport. Look at that little fog, that little blanket of fog. You can barely see the airplanes, but it's not too terribly thick. In that locations, had a couple of reports from my Witcher Weather Watcher saying we had reports of some patchy, dense fog showing up in Campbell County, as well as Claiborne County up towards La Follette. And so something to kind of keep you in mind. You're not getting on Facebook here this morning, huh? Is Facebook not working? I got several folks on Facebook this morning. That's okay. You're on Instagram, so that's good to know. Look at that intro. You know it, my friend. You know it. And good morning, Carolyn. How are you this morning? Of course, I want to start you off this morning with a live look at the TDOT SmartWay cameras for folks that want to hit the road here this morning. So we don't have any major issues to speak of here so far, so that's good news to pass along. But as we take a look at some of the interstate systems, we'll take you to West Hills and Interstate 40 in central Knox County. And traffic and volume is starting to pick up here this morning, but no major travel concerns so far. All right, let's say good morning to Ed Rupp. We'll get to work with the forecast because we have a significant rainfall event that I want to talk about. That's coming up here in just a second.
Wait for him. Wait for him. Bam! Now we slide all the way downhill to the weekend. The kids can get ready for school, and Debbie can take her shower.
Thank goodness for that. Now let's talk about temperatures yesterday. We made it to 60 degrees. I always like to keep you in check. 3-degree guarantee yesterday. Sure, why not? We made it to 60. I was forecasting 63. Not that big of a deal. But this is the story here over the next, all the way through Saturday night. We're talking about 1, 2, 3 pockets of 3+ inches of rainfall cannot be ruled out. Depending on if another low-pressure system really develops along the cold front, which some models are indicating right now, that we could get several rounds of heavy rainfall. So for those of you that have been doing the rainfall dance, oops, wrong buttons. We do really have a lot of rain that's going to be setting up shop and rolling our direction. So let's bring it down to the current level and the current time frame. Right now, this morning, we do have a dense fog advisory. If you have the East Tennessee Weather app and you live in those counties, from say Roane County to Loudoun, Monroe, and further south, you probably got the notification with the East Tennessee Weather app. If you did not get that notification, maybe you don't have notifications turned on, so maybe a good idea to do so, because you'll want those notifications as we track this next big rainmaker, and of course, even more so as we get into the spring season, and we're talking severe weather season to be upon us. All right, so the thickest fog is down towards Chattanooga, Polk County, banked up against the foothills, the mountains of East Tennessee, up towards Sevier, and also Blount County. That's where we have some of the thickest fog here this morning. We've got some dense fog showing up across most of the lakes. If you happen to travel in and around some of the lakes this morning. So that's something to kind of keep in mind as you do travel out and about. Take a look at these temperatures, though. Remember, upper East Tennessee from, say, Sevier County to Jefferson, up towards Tri-Cities, we actually had temperatures in the 30s yesterday morning. And it was colder, and we had temperatures in the 50s for the rest of East Tennessee. And, well, so therefore, that's why you see that significant temperature change from Pigeon Forge at 17 degrees warmer and a current temperature of 55. So it feels really good outside this morning. And you got to realize our average high for this time of year is 48. So we're already trending above our average high temperature. And that's going to be the story all day long. Actually, temperatures will climb into the mid to upper 60s. Today is going to be a fantastic day. If you need to get some yard work done, if you haven't finished blowing all your leaves, that would be me. Maybe today's a good day to do so because you want to get that up before the big rain event starts to head our way. Sometimes I tell you these things because these are things that I kind of need to reinforce and tell myself. But it is going to be a perfect day to get outside. So if you want to get out and do some running, walking, jogging, take a nice little walk around your office building on your lunch break, should be just fine. Actually, not just fine. It's going to be perfect. But here are those rain chances. So 70% chance of rain on Friday, 100% chance of rain Friday night, and then 90% chance of rain on Saturday. When you break it all down into the different categories, we also do have a risk for severe storms. Now, Thursday into Friday, that risk for severe weather is going to be off to our west, along and west of the Mississippi. But here's the new added information from the Storm Prediction Center. As now, remember yesterday we had a 15% probability in the area shaded in yellow, but they've expanded that to a level 1, level 2 risk in the area shaded in yellow and green. And that does include the Cumberland Plateau, the central and southern valley of East Tennessee. So let me walk you through the big picture. We'll pick up our timeline Friday morning. We'll already start to see some scattered rain showers set up shop Friday and through the day on Friday, I should say. Although not too terribly significant, just it's going to be, kind of insult to injury. Here's round number 1, Friday night. Right, may get a little bit of a lull. Then round number 2 comes on in Friday night and Saturday morning, and then some lingering showers throughout the mid morning. I think on Saturday, and then it races off to our east, and we'll start to see falling temperatures. So I said this the last couple of days, depending on the actual timing of the cold front, really depends on how fast our temperatures fall. Do we see our official high temperature on Saturday maybe earlier in the day than we typically do? I think that could be a possibility. I said that a few days ago, and the models were indicating that the cold front may have slowed down a little bit. Therefore, our temperatures wouldn't really fall until Saturday evening. That may be trending a little bit earlier in the day. So again, it's only Wednesday, so make sure you check back in to see how this all plays out. I'll keep you posted on that. But let's walk through the forecast rainfall. So Friday morning, we're basically going to be rain-free-ish. May have a couple of stray showers Thursday night into Friday morning, but I'm not expecting much. It's really through the day on Friday. And I'm going to take you just through the day on Friday. This stops at 7 o'clock Friday night. We could pick up anywhere from 1/4 of an inch of rain up to nearly 1 inch of rain just through the day on Friday. Then Friday night into Saturday morning, we'll pick up an additional possible 1 inch of rainfall. And then through the morning hours of Saturday, we could pick up an additional 1 inch of rain. So if that low pressure system decides to form along the frontal boundary, the secondary low anyways, that would indicate heavier rain throughout most of the day on Saturday. If that low doesn't form, the rain showers end a little bit earlier in the day on Saturday. So again, subject to change, make sure you check back in. But because we are talking significant rainfall, the Weather Prediction Center has issued a level 1, level 2 risk for some localized flooding and flash flooding concerns. And I know you're probably like, how could we possibly have flooding concerns when we're running over 2 inches behind on rainfall over the last 30 days? And we have a drought that's been, creeping in the Southern Valley. Well, the thing is we're talking about significant rainfall. Our precipitable water values are upwards of about 1.25 inches to 1.5 inches. So we're at like the 90th percentile when it comes to available moisture in the atmosphere to work with. And you got to realize that the rain event's not like a 3-day rain event. It's basically a 24 to 36 hour rain event. That's why we could potentially see some localized flooding and flash flooding concerns. The other side of the story and we hit on this yesterday, is going to be the wind. And so we are looking at the potential, maybe 2 rounds of a high wind event for the mountains of East Tennessee. If that secondary low forms, it'll increase the winds on Saturday across the higher elevations. So do anticipate at least a wind advisory for the mountains of East Tennessee, maybe even a flood watch, or maybe even a flash flood watch. So as we get more information from the models, the National Weather Service will, of course, issue those. And you'll get all this information with the East Tennessee Weather app. So again, make sure you allow notifications. Go to the App Store and download the East Tennessee Weather app. Or you can scan that QR code if you're watching on the smart TVs. Remember, I am on Roku TV, Amazon Fire, and Amazon Fire and YouTube. So you can put East Tennessee Weather up on the big screen. And if you do, and you own a business, and you want to keep your patrons of your business up to date on weather, all weather, only weather here in East Tennessee, and you put it up in your establishment, send me a message, mike@easttnweather.com. Let me know that you put it up in your establishment. We will come out and take a picture and highlight your business. So it's kind of a win-win, right? You help me out, and then I'll help you out. So something to keep in mind. Or if you know, if you have any, family members or friends that own businesses and have TVs somewhere in the businesses, because most businesses do in some form or fashion anyways, let me know, and I'll go out and highlight that business as well. So again, the wind is going to be with us. Here we go. 7-day forecast. We're going to be pushing close to 70. So we're trending 20 plus degrees above average in some locations. And then we'll be still above average on Saturday, going 63 right now. Yesterday, I think I was going, Saturday. So I bumped that temperature up to 63. Yesterday, I was going 60 on Saturday. But it, again, may be an early high temperature. And then those temperatures come on down back to those seasonal averages. And above and beyond the 7-day forecast, after this big rain event, we may trend a below average when it comes to rainfall, again, above and beyond the 7-day forecast. However, with that said, I do imagine this map to change a little bit because some of the latest model guidance is now we're going to get a little bit of a pattern change. And both the American and the European model are indicating once this storm system moves on through, we're going to get several more disturbances diving in from the northwest. So we're likely to stay at or maybe even below average above and beyond the 7-day forecast. And even though this is saying drier than average, I actually think if these disturbances come on in, that we actually would be trending above average when it comes to rainfall. But you got to realize also that January, February, March, big rainmaker months. Or big precipitation months, I should say. And so we'll kind of see how that all plays out. Oh, I showed you that graphic. I didn't even. Yeah, I did show it to you. Anyways, I think I showed it to you. Anyways, so we are going to be trending below average probably when it comes to precipitation, possibly. Good morning. See if I can get the words out here. Good morning, Maria. How are you this morning? Heidi says, yes to the rain. It's been a long time. We desperately need it. And just to kind of keep us all in check, when you look at your rainfall amounts over the last 7 days, we haven't had a lot. When you look at your deficit over the last 30 days, we are now, again, trending upwards of over 2 inches behind on rainfall, and that's why that severe drought has crept its way into the Southern Valley and the Southern Cumberland Plateau. All right, that's the story. So make sure you track it. Interactive Radar, East Tennessee Weather app when it comes on. Let's see. I didn't know I could see you on Roku. I got you. Yes. So if you go to your Roku or Amazon Fire Stick TV, just like you would download any other app like YouTube or Netflix or Hulu or any of those, just search East Tennessee Weather and you can put what we're doing right here up on the big screen. So if you're at work or if you're at home and you want it up on the big screen and you just want this big giant Wake Up with Witcher and giant weather man here in your living room, well, you can do that. And it's 100% free. YouTube's a great way to do so as well. So there's so many different ways. Roku TV, Amazon Fire, YouTube, EastTNweather.com, the app itself, East Tennessee Weather app. So I did have a nice, awesome meeting yesterday about my new website. So it looks fantastic. So we're going to fine-tune a few things, manipulate a few things, and then the brand new EastTNweather.com should be launching probably within the next couple of weeks. And of course, I'll keep you posted on that. We'll highlight what you can experience, what you can see there as well. And listen, if you are a small business or even if you're just a business owner in general, and you're looking to get your brand out in front of thousands, hundreds of thousands, hit me up, Mike at eastnweather.com. Let's get a conversation going. We've got several spots that are currently open right now, but spots are going pretty quickly now that we are in the brand new year. And my goal with East Tennessee Weather is not to just get sponsorships from bigger businesses, but to help some of the smaller business, whether it be reels, whether it be, the conversations. There's so many different ways to be able to do that. So let me know. Hit me up, Mike at eastnweather.com. All right, let's take you out to Anderson County here this morning and show you what it looks like. This is a live look from downtown Clinton. And again, a little bit of fog there, but it's a little bit more elevated in most locations. You can see things kind of look a little damp because of the fog. That is water, particulate matter, water in the atmosphere. Let's see. I don't have any Roku or Amazon. Well, you've got YouTube or you've got the East Tennessee Weather app. Listen, my whole goal, and I've said this before, and if you're new to the platform, I get a lot of new people every single day. So I have to kind of reinforce a lot of this information so people understand, just like, who was it? Didn't know I was on Roku. I've lost it in the chat here, but, Sheena, just like Sheena didn't know I was on Roku. That's why I have to reinforce this kind of stuff every single day. But again, my whole goal, listen, Facebook and could go away tomorrow. So if Facebook goes away tomorrow, which it probably won't, but it could, where do you get your weather information? That would be eastnweather.com, YouTube, or the East Tennessee Weather app. All right, let's move right along. Let's talk about those national holidays. It was nice to see Ed Rupp this morning, wasn't it? Man, I sure hope you're having a great day. We'll take it back outside. That's a live look in the mountains of East Tennessee, the Smoky Mountains. That's Gatlinburg on the right-hand side, the National Park on the left-hand side. Not a lot of fog out there, but we do have mostly cloudy skies. These clouds will burn off, and we're going to see abundant sunshine through the day today. There you go. Betty's got me on YouTube. I love it, Betty. I love it. Betty, it's always good to see you as well. All right, let me get these buttons pushed here. Let's talk about those national holidays, shall we? All right, so today is January 7th. We're celebrating those birthdays and events because they're important days. Today is National Bobblehead Day. Julie said she was going to get me a Mike Witcher bobblehead, didn't you, Julie? Could you imagine having that? Nobody wants that on their desk. But today is National Bobblehead Day. I loved it when those things came out. It's also National Tempura Day. Some of my favorite things ever. But anything deep fried is good, right? Can we agree on that? But deep fried like shrimp and vegetables, so good. Those are the only national holidays we have for the day today. So let's move on to weather events around the country over the years. In 1990, a rapidly intensifying low-pressure system and a vigorous cold front brought heavy rain and high wind to the Pacific Northwest. 2 to 5 inches of rain soaked western Washington and western Oregon. In 1989, a tornado in southern Illinois obliterated half the community of Allendale. I do remember this tornado, injuring 50 people and causing more than $5 million in damage. In 1988, a winter storm in the southeastern U.S. produced 27 inches of snow in the Bad Creek area of South Carolina and claimed the lives of 2 million chickens in Alabama. We talked about that yesterday. In 1987, a storm in the southwestern U.S. produced 30 inches of snow north of Zion National Park in southern Utah, with 18 inches reported in Cedar Canyon, Utah. In 1971, the temperature in Holly Lake, located southeast of McNairy, Arizona, plunged to 40 degrees below zero to establish a state record. And in 1973, a blizzard raged across the Great Plains. Many pioneers, unprepared for the cold and snow, perished in southwest Minnesota and northwestern Iowa. Had they known better back then, they may have maybe taken, Interstate 10 or 20 or 40 and not Interstate 70 and 80, where obviously they didn't have interstate systems back then. All right, let's talk about the history around the world. Let's see. Today's daily quote by Carol Burnett. I don't have false teeth. You think I'd buy teeth like these? No. In 1998, former White House intern, here we go, Monica Lewinsky signed an affidavit denying that she had an affair with U.S. President Clinton. In 1990, the Leaning Tower of Pisa was closed to the public. The accelerated rate of leaning raised fears for the safety of its visitors. In 1975, OPEC agreed to raise crude oil prices by 10%, which began a time of the world economic inflation. In 1959, the United States recognized Fidel Castro's new government in Cuba. In 1953, U.S. President Harry Truman announced the development of the hydrogen bomb. In 1904, the distress signal CQD was established. 2 years later, SOS became the radio distress signal because it was quicker to send by wireless radio. That was 1904. In 1896, the Fanny Farmer cookbook was published. In 1782, the Bank of North America opened in Philadelphia. It was the first commercial bank in the United States. Got some fog in West Knoxville this morning. That's a live look there at Foxwell Road Marina in West Knoxville, one of the great marinas that we have here in East Tennessee. And I will say that we, my friends, do not have any witchers pictures this morning. But for those of you that all send photos to the East Tennessee Weather app, now not all of them, I do have to go in and find the best ones, but that's going to be part of the new website, easttnweather.com. There's going to be a whole section for you to be able to capture or view, anyways, some of the amazing views that we have here in East Tennessee that you all provide. Gives us great information when it comes to bad weather, snowy weather, inclement weather, but it also gives us the delight of seeing what our beautiful community is all about. My wife may like a Mike bobblehead to slap it around. Probably true, Daniel. You're probably not wrong. All right, Witcher, get it together. Smack me around a little bit. Oh, Heidi, I appreciate that. You're the best. You can't find me on Fire Stick? Okay. Do you have Roku, Becky? I'll work on that Fire Stick. I'll try to get some information on the Fire Stick today. Let's see. You had a great tempura sweet and sour pork at Szechuan Gardens on Chapman Highway. Nice. Gotta love these small, locally owned businesses. Sup, Jesse? It's been a while, my friend. How's the kiddo doing? I'm up. Come on. Elaine, everybody give Elaine coffee and donuts for Elaine this morning. It's foggy in Lenore City here this morning. Thanks, Miranda. Beverly, I sure hope you have a great day. She's got to hit the road. No. What, do you have YouTube? You have a smart TV? You can throw it up on YouTube as well. But I'll try to figure that Fire Stick TV thing out and see what's going on. Good morning, Christy. How are you this morning? Joining us from Lenore City. I love Lenore City. Loudoun County. Let's see. Hey, Mike. Abby Ham wants to know if you are hiring. It's funny. She and I were talking about it, texting this morning. So for those of you that did not see the news, Abby Ham is leaving Channel 10. Her last day is January 16th. So what? 9 days away? 9 days away. And so several people are like, are you going to hire Abby? Like, no, she's getting out of the news business. But somebody else was like, you, Abby, and Biven need to get together and do a morning show. That would be awesome. Would that not be so fun? That could be like some serious entertainment for sure. It would go off the rails. Hump day. Met me at the Festival of Trees. Oh, yeah, Christy, I remember you. Nice. Well, it's good to see you on the platform this morning. Fixing to be 9 months old, your baby. Is that not crazy how fast time flies, Jesse? I feel like you and Krista just had that baby. Now it's 9 months old. Be a positive light for somebody today. I agree with that. Is it Tamari? You're so sad about Abby, but happy for her new journey. It's always sad when you leave somebody that you've watched for so very long, or they leave you anyways. But go give her a follow on her social media, and so you can stay up to date with what she's going to be doing next, which is, I know what she's doing next, and it's pretty cool. Are we getting ham boned? No. I'm going to text her that this morning and be like, you're totally ham boning our community. I should have them on the guest one day. I will definitely do that. They'll be up at 7:30 in the morning. She will be. Are my boys as hard to get to school off this week as my girls are? They've been actually pretty good, to be honest with you. But I always wonder about my middle schooler because every day he just doesn't want to eat breakfast. I'm like, are you not starving by the time it gets to lunchtime? He's like, yesterday I was a little bit, but there you go, Becky. There you go. Her whole career, you've watched us both. Yeah, 20 years at Channel 10. Spent about 3 years in Cleveland at WKYC. I put in about 20 plus years at Channel 10 as well. So some of these longtime Channel 10ers, hate to say it, my friends, but they might not be here for a lot longer. Today is a perfect day for some golf. Amen to that. Well, good job, Jesse. Buenos dias. Jorge, how are you this morning, my friend? Hey, reach back out to me. I thought we were going to connect to some way, somehow. Reach back out to me if you don't mind. Mike at easttnweather.com. I know the holidays and everything has kind of gotten by, and now we're back to some normalcy. But again, if you throw up East Tennessee weather on Roku TV, Amazon Fire, YouTube, in your business, in your establishment, let me know. I'll come take a picture. We'll post it. We'll highlight your business because it's the small businesses that make our community what it is. Sure, of course, we've got the Walmarts and the Costcos and the Targets and all those things, the big giant corporate businesses. They have taken over the world. And yes, they help us out. But it's the small local businesses that make our community what it is. Nada, my friend. ¿Qué pasa? ¿Y tú? I know a little bit of Spanish. I've been doing weather almost as long as you've been alive. I've been doing weather for 25 years, my friend. Well, if you missed Ed Rupp at the very beginning, we'll hit him up here in just a second as we wrap things up this morning. I sure hope you have a great day. Listen, the fog burns off, the clouds move on out. Beautiful sunshine today, warm. We're talking temperatures near 70 today, tomorrow, and Friday. Still warm on Saturday, but tanking temperatures Saturday into Sunday behind a cold front that will bring us significant rainfall. So if you're joining on the app and you tuned in late, stay tuned. I'll send you right back to the latest forecast coming up in just moments. Don't go away anywhere. And don't forget, you can always check out on the app itself, which is 1 Minute Weather, your daily forecast weather updates. That's their full forecast. That's the more expansive forecast. So just like what I did this morning without the hoopla of everything else, you get everything you need to know front and center on the East Tennessee Weather app. Again, go to your app store and search East Tennessee Weather. Download the app today and support another great local business, if I do say so myself. Be safe, be kind to each other. Life is short. I'll see you back here tomorrow.
Visionaries run a race that's already lost. It's you. Oh, it's you. It's you. Oh, it's you. This is school.
Wait for him. Wait for him. Bam! Now we slide all the way downhill to the weekend. The kids can get ready for school, and Debbie can take her shower.